Like to welcome you out to the Eagle's Nest today. I have with me our guest, Tyler Nelson. Tyler, go ahead and tell us a little bit about yourself, what sports you play, and what positions, and what year you're in school.
All right. First off, I'm glad to be here. Thanks for inviting me. And I am a junior this year. I play baseball, basketball, and football. I am the shortstop on the baseball team, and I also do a little pitching. I am the quarterback for the football team, and I am a shooting guard slash point guard for the basketball team.
So it sounds like you keep yourself pretty busy with a lot of different sports. How, what do you do, and what do you like about being a multi-sport athlete?
It's tough on your body. It wears you down pretty quickly, and there's not a lot of time for breaks. There's not a lot of off time. So I like being active, and I like being involved in multiple teams, and I like being involved with the teammates, like because that's what it's all about to me, is just making those friendships and being active and playing the games that you love.
So talking about teammates and stuff, what do your teammates do that kind of help make practice fun and keep you guys kind of in a fun way so that it doesn't become work?
Well, as a team, as all of our teams, I feel like we're pretty close. We played together for as long as we can remember, and we know each other pretty well, and we know things about each other, and we mess around with each other, but we also push each other to be better. So we kind of have this team goal mentality where we want to push each other to be better, but also have fun doing it.
That's great, and that does make athletics a lot funner. Is to be able to spend time with people that you like and get along with, and try to push each other to work hard and be the best that you can be. Let's talk a little bit about going from different sports. As you're say in baseball you're pitching, or in football being the quarterback. There's a lot of stress and stuff on your shoulders. What do you do to kind of calm those butterflies and that thought process while you compete?
Yeah, it takes a toll on my shoulder. So I see Krista as often as I can, get some work done on that. Ice, heat, stem, get it milked, everything I can to just try and help a little bit because I'd never stop using it. And to calm my nerves, I kind of just have to take a little time to myself before big moments or before big games, and just take a minute to breathe. Because um, now that I'm a junior going into my senior year, I kind of feel like I've had the experience, and I've been in these moments before. So I just have to know that I kind of have like reassurance knowing that I'm good enough to be in those positions, and that my skill set allows me to be good enough to not fail, that I'm setting myself up to be successful.
That's great. So do you use a lot of visualization and other techniques to kind of keep in that mindset and know, hey, I've been doing this for a long time. I'm coming in, next year as a senior, and I've done this. I know how to do this. How do you keep that mindset so that you can just go out and let your body do what it knows how to do?
Um, yeah, a lot of times before games and during practices, before a drill or something, I'll envision myself doing it, and then I'll sort of walk myself through it without even doing the drill first. And then I'll go through the drill, and I'll slowly get better at it and get faster, and then just let my skill set take over, and it becomes natural.
That's great. So with this break and everything that we've had and the suspension in play, what have you been doing to kind of keep yourself busy and in tune?
Well, I try to go on a run every morning. I've been pretty faithful the last couple of weeks. I try to run about 3 miles a day just to stay active, and then I'll uh, I'll text my buddies, one of the catchers, or just someone, and just go throw or hit. Not big groups, and we try to keep our distance to respect that the social distancing that we're going through. And I just got back from throwing some routes with some receivers over on the practice field. So
That's great,
just try to keep
and you
myself
got to keep
active,
busy.
and yeah,
Yeah, definitely got to
yeah,
keep
for
busy.
sure.
um, so thinking back so far, you've come through. You've been playing sports for a while now. Again, multi-sport athlete. What is kind of your favorite experience or memory you have from your high school career so far?
Oh boy. There's a lot. There's a lot from every sport. My one that sort of stands out to me was my sophomore year in the Timpanogos football game, because that was my first start as a quarterback. Before like before I had played quarterback, and I had played JV quarterback, and I had seen the varsity field as a receiver, but this was my first varsity start as a quarterback, and so and to go out and win that game, it was it was special, and to win it in the way we did, such in overtime, it was crazy.
Yeah, those are good times, definitely. Um, so when you started playing sports, when did you really start playing both, whether it's baseball, basketball, football? When was your first experience being on a team and being out playing?
Oh, I started playing like every kid, playing soccer, and then when I was 6, I played on an accelerated baseball team with a couple of my buddies who are seniors this year, and we were playing in an 8-year-old league, and I was 6. And that was terrible. It was it was awful to watch us. We were not good at all. But we stuck together, and we got really good by the time we entered high school.
That's awesome, and that really kind of goes
Yeah.
to all of the working with some of the same kids throughout all this time and being teammates and being involved. During your time of playing over all these years, what is your favorite venue or favorite place that you've ever played in?
Uh, um, I've played at some really nice baseball fields down in Arizona, but my one of my favorite places to play at is Spanish Fork, just because of the rivalry that we have with them and the environment that we're in. Whether it's baseball or basketball, it's always super loud and everybody's into it.
That's great. And yeah, those I love those rivalry, intense, a lot of people packed in, a lot of emotion and
Yeah.
sounds. And yeah, that's awesome. Um, what, as you've been involved in sports for a long time and everything, what would you say is your favorite sports movie, and why is it your favorite sports movie?
Oh, geez. There's a lot of sports movies that I think are great. I have to say, I think Remember the Titans is my top my top sports movie. I just love how the team comes together, and I love how it talks about um, an issue that was going on back there with racism
Mhm.
back in those times, and I love the football aspect of it, and it's just such an inspirational movie to watch.
Yeah, it definitely is. That's one of my favorites as well. Um, want to talk to you a little bit about Maple Mountain is a member of Especially for Athletes. And this is a program that kind of showcases the ability of an athlete to kind of influence others and help be a positive force. So they have a motto or whatever that's basically eyes up, do the work. What does that mean to you?
To me, it means just to be a good person. Um, because it's not hard to see and do good things if you're just a good person in general. So I'm actually wearing my bracelet right now. I always wear it wherever I go. But just looking out for looking out for just people, being a good people person, saying hi to people, getting to know people, talking to them. You never know how they're gonna take that interaction with you and if they're gonna remember it for the rest of their lives. Just having a good conversation with someone they don't know.
Yeah, I love that, and that's one of the things that I really like about the program myself, and what I've seen is that athletes have, because they're out in the spotlight and competing and doing all of this, that they have the ability to really be friendly and kind to others and help people out. So that's awesome, and I'm glad that you have those thoughts.
Yeah, I remember. The thing I remember most is I used to watch Jaron Hall play everything, and he was my biggest idol, and I always heard such good things about him, and like whenever I sing, my eyes would get huge, like he was just this out of this world dude. And now that like I'm in high school, it's I guess it's not as big of a deal as that I made it out to be, but I understand that like to younger kids, like we like myself and like my teammates, like we're those Jaron Halls right now. And so we have the opportunity to like make these big impacts on kids' lives and just everybody's lives.
Yeah, that's an important thing to remember as well. That's great. Um, so as we kind of get to where UHSAA has said, hey, nothing going on until May 1st, and if things kind of soften up and the virus subsides somewhat, that we may look at doing a consolidated or compressed season. What would that mean to you to be able to kind of go out and finish out your baseball season this year?
I think it would be good, especially for the seniors who it's their last year, their last chance to step on the field with their brothers that they've been playing baseball with their entire lives. And it's also going to be hard because it's hard to stay in shape and it's hard to be in that baseball mode when we've taken a month off. And so I think I think I think we'll be ready, and I think we'll be wanting to play by the time it gets there.
Yeah, and I'm really hoping for all your sakes that it does. For me,
Yeah.
normally we'd be out on the field. You'd be at a game. We'd see each other, either me out shooting pitchers or doing the live streaming, and I felt like this was kind of a way that I could kind of help keep some of the sports thought and momentum and stuff going on. And so I really appreciate you taking some time today and being involved with this. We're going to try throughout next year and on doing this Eagles Nest and showcasing some of the great talent and not only talent but people that are athletes of Maple Mountain. So thank you for your time today.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks for having me on.
All right, and if you'll just hang on for a second, we'll wrap up here. Um, and
Sounds good.
okay, so this has been Jeff Porcaro, your host of the Eagles Nest, and we're glad that you could join us today with our guest, Tyler Nelson, a multi-sport athlete who's played baseball, football, and basketball. We want to make sure that you go and go to our social media sites. We've started posting these videos not only on Facebook, but also on YouTube. And I've actually just today started doing an Instagram TV section to where these will be posted as well. And so you can follow us at Maple Mountain Sports on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, and Maple MTN Sports on Twitter. Again, we thank you for joining us today, and this has been the Eagles Nest.